welcome to James the Lester's Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible. Bringing you the review for HyperDrive, a competition show about who the best drifter is for the first 3 episodes. After that, it all becomes about beating one obstacle that has nothing to do with drifting. You have people from all over the world with all different kinds of cars: Porsche, Mustang, Charger, Nissan, BMW, just all different kinds of makes and models, all different people. And again, it starts off with who can drift the best, who can make a 540 turn the best, who can do just amazing drifting stunts and all that the best. And then after episode 3, it all becomes about beating one obstacle, the level. It's this giant contraption where, like, the first 3 episodes, you gotta race up it, get as close to the end as possible, so you, like, weigh it down so it drops down. The closer you are to the edge, obviously the more leverage you have, the faster it drops. Some people stop at 16 feet, some people stop at 6 feet. Obviously those who stopped at 6 feet, they dropped faster, so they got more time. After that, it all became about balancing it. You had to, like, drive to the end, start dropping it, and then drive to the back, and then drive to the front. You had to balance it in the green zone for 10 seconds. And so it literally became, you didn't even have to watch him or just skimming through on Netflix. And, that little preview screen is green. That means they completed it. All right, they won. Literally, that's all it became after episode 3. That's all it was seeing if they beat the level or not. If they didn't beat the level, it didn't matter what else they did. One guy had like 45 seconds of penalties on the rest of the track, but he beat the level, and he won. Because no one else could beat the level that track. And it wouldn't be the same level. Like, they changed the balancing around. It's like, before you had to move here, now you had to move there to get it balanced. Stuff like that. And so, yeah. It's like, I have 45 seconds in penalties because I missed all these targets I was supposed to hit. But I beat the level in 32 seconds, so I still win. My friend and I were watching it, and the first 3 episodes, like, he's rooting for the Japanese guy. I'm rooting for, the Brazilian guy. Banian, something like, I can't remember his name, but they were both entertaining. They weren't just great drivers, they were also entertaining. And then, after episode 4, it's like, again, just skip. And screen's green. Alright, they beat it. Screen's red, they lost. Screen's red, they lost. Screen's red, they lost. This person, green screen. Alright, so it's going to be between them and the first one. That's literally all it became. Like, you didn't have to watch the episode. You just had to see who beat the level or not. Which sucks, like, because before it's like, alright, you had like 6 pylons, you had to do 360s around, while just having your back end hit this target. If you did it, obviously, alright, you did it, you keep going. But if you missed the target, you missed one of the turns, alright, 10-second penalty here, 10-second penalty there. Like, it went from just who could drift the fastest, the best, do 540 turns and all this stuff to, again, just beat the level. If you beat the level, you win the race. Again, one person had 45 second in penalties, and they still won because they beat the level in 32 seconds. Bogus. Or they had one obstacle. I'm like, that's dangerous. First of all, it has nothing to do with drifting. Second of all, you're going to get someone hurt. And then eventually they did, and they had to drop that trap or obstacle, whatever you want to call it, for the rest of the show. Like, I could have told you that. A gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. You're dropping 1,400 gallons. That is 11,200 pounds you are dropping on a car. Well, if they're fast enough, they'll get through the thing before they get hit. Yeah, but these are drifting cars. It's not drag racing cars. Although the Porsche was just it was a beast in the straightaways, but it's about drifting. Drifting. So guess what? The Porsche did great in the straight parts, but it's like, alright, you gotta drift here. You do 440, 540 turn here. He couldn't compete because he had all of his speed in the straightaway and just couldn't drift. Because he's a fucking Porsche. But the other cars, like, I only got, 320 horsepower. But I can drift like nobody's business. One person's like, they had the 4 targets, they just do full donut, hit all 4 targets, out. But they didn't have a lot of speed. And so they're trying to get through. They get hit with 11,200 pounds of water. It destroys their car. They get hurt. They got to get taken to the hospital. It's like, I could have told you that was going to happen. But they took such a great concept, a great idea. And again, the first 3 episodes were amazing. My friend and I were binge watching the entire season, 10 episodes. But after episode 3, it's like, all right, well, just skip ahead, see who beat the level. That one did. That one didn't. That one didn't. That one didn't. That one did. That one didn't. All right, well, we know who the top 2 were because those are the only 2 that beat the level. And it's insane. Like, this person has 5 minutes and 18 seconds. This person has 5 minutes and 21 seconds. This person has 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Because they didn't beat the level, but the other 2 did. Mind you, that 7 minute and 1 second guy was in 3rd. He didn't beat the level, but the other 2 did. So those 2 guys won. And the guy in 3rd at 7 minutes and 1 second didn't win because he couldn't beat the level. So it was such a good show for the first 3 episodes. And my friend's like, well, we got to see who wins now. He was rooting for the Japanese guy. I was rooting for the Brazilian guy. There's another Brazilian kid. Like, he's not old. They even mentioned he was not old enough to rent a car. But, oh my God, he was amazing. Then you had the Italian guy. He was pretty funny. The American, he destroyed his car in multiple races. But he'd patch it up, get it working, and he'd get it back out there and compete. Then a couple others, like, what were you doing? I think the one just had a really bad spotter because he went off course not once, not twice, but 3 times. Like, your spotter's supposed to be telling you, turn left here, or go straight there, and his spotter wasn't doing that. Well, the Italian guy, his spotter was amazing. Well, when I was like, go, 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 turn, his spotter is all 90 meters, turn right. 90 meters, soft turn left. 100 meters, go straight. You have 2 targets coming up, both on left. Like, they were actually telling him useful information. While the other spotters, I guess you call them, just go, 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 go. Oh, that was so great. Oh, you're so good. Oh, that was perfect. It's like, maybe give them some information about what's going on. Do they have to drift left? Are they taking the rails instead of the water path? The water path was... The walk-on-water obstacle was just stupid. The first race, this one guy just blew through it because he had aluminum plating underneath his car to prevent water from getting up there. But everyone else was like, I'm in a street racing car. I'm in a race car. I go through an inch of water, it gets up to my engine dies. And sure enough, like 3 or 4 people got eliminated by the water because they had to go through, like, there was a path, like, it's 3 feet deep on this side, 3 feet deep on that side, 6 inches deep on the path. And they had reflectors in the water so you could, like, see with your headlights and all that where the reflectors were to find the path. But even then, if you stayed on the path, well, I have 2 inches of road clearance, that's 6 inches of water, that's all going to my engine. That's just right to my engine. And some of these cars, like, again, there was a Porsche and a Bugatti. It's like they had just amazing cars in this race. It's like, unless it's like $1 million payout for winning, you just destroyed your car or the engine or whatever for nothing. I did like the Charger because the Charger was the one that weighed the most. And he was just huge. Like, there's a couple of them where it's like, all right, you got a tight fit, 3 inches on each side of your mirrors. And it's like, well, he's wider than the other cars. So is it still 3 inches? Or is it only 1 inch? Because he's wider than the other cars. And he's longer. And he's heavier. He still did a pretty good job. Like, it was a great show for the first 3 episodes, and then it was just downhill after that. If you want to watch it, I would suggest watch the first 3 episodes, then watch the final episode. Because you're just going to get stuck going, oh wow, he couldn't figure out the level, so he lost. Oh wow, she figured out the level, so she won. Nothing else matters. You could have just gotten in a semi, driven straight through all the obstacles, getting all the penalties. If you figured out the level, you still won. It was just fucking annoying and fucking stupid. Again, semi. Barrel through all the cones and the light poles and all that. Just don't even try to drift, hit the targets. Just barrel through straight ahead. Get to the level, beat it, you win. After episode 3. Just fucking stupid. Anyways, have you seen this show? Were you annoyed by that as I was, or is this just me being nitpicky? And if you haven't, again, watch the first 3 episodes. They're amazing. Then watch the final episode to see who wins. Just skip the rest. And as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.